two people come out saying that Diddy was talking to the feds. Do you think that's true?
Whether it's true or not, and he might have been cooperative in some way, shape, or form, you don't get away with human trafficking unless you give up John Gotti or something like that. And that's not what happened here. I can tell you, Jesse, that this investigation's been going on for a long time, very closely held by HSI, so much so that even some of the agents on the raid a week ago today didn't know whose house they were raiding until they got there. That's how closely held this investigation.
Wow, because there could have been a tip.
Absolutely.
And there are allegations that he was paying law enforcement through his chief of security, which also happened to be Michael Jackson's chief of security.
I don't know if I buy into that. You know, people in Diddy's situation like to have those involved in law enforcement close to them. But that doesn't mean they're taking payoffs. That doesn't mean they're doing big favors. They like that closeness. It's just like how Diddy was able to court Diageo or Estee Lauder. He was very successful in doing that, and that made him a lot of money and gave him credibility outside the hip-hop rap world. And that's what he was trying to do here, a lot like what Epstein did with very powerful political and business figures.
And if you look at this report in the New York Post, you see it's a constellation of billionaires he's involved with.
Very similar to what Epstein was doing. And, you know, these guys get drunk with power, allegedly. You know, Diddy has said that these allegations are false, but they get drunk with power, and all of a sudden they lose their balance and what's right and what's wrong. And they're insulated, and they've got everybody telling them they're great. And all of a sudden, these civil suits come out. And the feds watch this. That's what happened with R. Kelly. It started with civil suits. Then HSI got involved, and they're the lead agency for human trafficking.
These civil suits are just like a silver platter for the feds.
Very helpful, very helpful.
Take these guys down. All right, well, we'll see how this plays out. Chris Hansen, takedown with Chris Hansen. So now we have two people come out saying...
Hakeem, that's crazy because you say the exact same thing. That's the craziest thing. Go ahead. Your take.
Hey, I like the fact that Chris Hansen said, and I think Precious Tamika said this, which is console this. These guys are drunk with power, so they do lose their balance. You know what I mean? But it all started with civil lawsuits. The civil lawsuits turns into a sex trafficking case. These things all put in together. So a lot of these guys got to understand, even if you just out there with money, you're sleeping with this and this person, all the person got to say, hey, I was forced. And then if there's a trail of women that say that, okay, now it's sex trafficking. All you got to do is just take somebody from Miami-Dade and cross County Line Road and y'all done had sex. That's sex trafficking.
Oh, that's great breakdown. I didn't know. Yeah. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Wow.
That's how easy it is. That's how easy it is. Yeah. You pick somebody up from their house and you go to another district or another town, it's sex trafficking.
Even the person is willing?
Listen, it's her word against yours. There had to be a lot of these are just circumstantial evidence. There's no video. There's no tape recordings. We don't see no things. These are just this. They're gonna go off the word of these women and say this. I would love to see if there's video involved to say that okay, he really was muscling them.
Now, not only that, but what is your thought about Cassidy as well cooperating with authorities now?
I think it's disgusting. I think it's filthy. He paid you.
That was say because she got paid.
You got paid $30 million. What you doing in your business and doing that for? What are you? What evidence you gonna give?
Women. Women be holding grudges. You broke up with me. You let me out here to defend for myself. Even though you pay me, you still destroy my life.
Listen.
You promised me you gonna marry me. You didn't marry me. You promised me kids. You didn't give me any kids.
That's your fault for falling for the okie doke. That's your fault for being lustful for money. That's your fault for wanting a man with power. After you done got D down and drugged up and ran through, you went and married a trainer. We didn't tell you to do that. You should have married the trainer before you went and got with the man for powerful. You would have had a good 30-year marriage right now.